from the 37th parallel on America's haunted highway, it's Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.
You got a little cheeseburger tattoo. Yeah, man. What's up, all you cool ghosts and goblins, you crocodines and crocodingos, you skeletors, skelettes, witches and witches, and whatever the fuck else you want to be? I might. I mean, you know, I'm old, sore, tired, cooking meth. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Or stream live. Do you say that? Stream live? Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. No, no, not really. Not really. Nerd. I'm gonna go. Gonna. I'm gonna go down to Oklahoma City and meet all my childhood heroes. And I bought some action figures and dolls, and I'm gonna have them sign it. And I'm probably gonna jizz in my pants. I'm so excited. Get up early, guys. Yeah, we talked about that, remember? Yeah. I would I guess I would ask a question, Sean, how do you know so much about this subject matter? What are you doing with the Slimer and what is that on your desk back there? Maybe you should put those up to the camera so we can expect them. Huh. It's w- weird that you have a lot of clear action figures. Is that to hide the evidence? Huh. Hmm. Yeah. Did he use hot gluing? Guys, I gotta go. I gotta go hot glue my Laura Croft back together. That's why they call me Lucky Kentucky, if you know what I mean. And then we were playing Xbox the other night with Corey, and somehow that conversation got brought up, and I was just like, "All right, nerds, tell me what hot gluing is." And then I was like, "Oh God, this is a topic." Let's Corey, what do you hot glue? Let's talk about this, Corey. What type of anime figures, bud, do you like to sling your splooge on? I don't think so. Let me check. You could be. Let's double check.
Could be.
How about now?
Let's see.
Double check. How about now?
Let's see. Hey, there we are. Holy fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Well,
Fucking, we ain't
just missed
redoing
the
all.
first
We
9
ain't
minutes of the
redoing all that.
episode.
So you know what? If you're watching live stream, this
God
is a perfect. What do you want to call?
Oh no.
Motivation to actually go over to Spotify, Apple iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and download the show so you can catch Hot Glue Talk 101 with Sean and Preston. What not to do
Oh
with your
Jesus, man.
favorite action figures. It's been so long, you know. We're like amateurs
Fuck.
all over again. Fuck.
I could have
Oh,
swore
well.
the audio was coming through on YouTube. So anyway, can you edit this and cut off that first 9 minutes of the
No,
video?
dude, once
I mean,
it's
not right
live,
now, but like later.
No, once it's live, it's live.
Yeah, no, I know it's live now. But that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, fuck's sake. Okay, anyway, welcome back to Pixelated Paranormal, episode 329. My name is Sean. I got a cheeseburger tattoo. Preston looks like Heisenberg. He cooks meth. This is a news episode, and so blah, blah, blah. We just talked about masturbating
Jizzing
on
on
action
action
figures.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
Hmm.
Anyway, man, I'm also glad you brought up going to a convention and me having to clarify horror versus horror. Last year, when Steven and Chad and Brady and myself went to the same horror movie convention, after the first night, we went down to a local pizza joint and got some pizza pie down there in OKC. And Steven went in to pick up the pizza, and he was talking to the chick that was working behind the counter. And she's like, "So, you're from out of town. What are you guys doing here?" And Steven's like, "Oh, yeah, my buddies and I are here for a horror convention and had a pretty good time. Met some pretty cool people today. Just went and did some lakeside photos with Felissa Rose. Pretty good night. We had a lot of fun." And this girl's just staring at
Enunciation.
Steven, making the weird...
Yeah, enunciation is
Yeah,
important in
right.
this story because a horror convention, like what? Oh, like this is where all the prostitutes meet up. Like, how do you grow your business in 2024 being a streetwalker? Well, you go to a horror convention, you get your name out there, people try the
Yeah.
good. Sharing is caring.
You're not far off from what that poor lady had thought. She looked at Steven like he was batshit crazy. And she's like, "That's weird. I had no idea there was a porn convention in Oklahoma City." And Steven like looked at her and he kind of like, opened his mouth and he said, "What? Oh, no, no, no." She's like, "Yeah, you said you're at a horror convention." And he's like, "Oh, no, horror movies, like scary movies." Oh man, good shit. Good shit. So,
Yeah.
well, let's get into some news stories, shall we, buddy boy? I've got some pretty cool stuff here I wanted to share. Um, First one is going to be a bit of a trigger warning, but the episode tonight is going to start off with a little bit of tech talk and some AI news. This first one I found literally right when I logged in to record with you. A suicide pod dubbed the Tesla of euthanasia will be used for the first time next week. The Sarco, a 3D printed capsule, was unveiled at the Venice Design Festival back in 2019 and reportedly offers a painless death within 10 minutes of entering with the push of a button. The system works by flooding the chamber with nitrogen, which reduces oxygen levels so fast the person inside loses consciousness within the first minute. The person will then have a peaceful, even euphoric death within 10 minutes, according to the company's website. The futuristic-looking contraption is developed by the pro-euthanasia group that is meant to reduce a person's dependence on doctors and suicide assistance organizations to give an alternative option for the existing legal methods. Now, voluntary assisted suicide is legal in Switzerland. However, Article 115 of the Swiss Criminal Code states that assisting suicide is a crime done for selfish reasons. So we're not here to debate the pros and cons of all that. I just thought this is really interesting, man. They say whoever...
speaking of Kevorkian, that was in middle school. I had to take debate, and that's one of the first serious debates that I had to do research on, and you had to take a side. The teacher's like, "Nope, either you got to be pro Kevorkian or non pro Kevorkian. You're going to get up and you're going to talk about it." And dude, I hit that shit hard and was like pro Jack Kevorkian. Like I brought the thunder in that class, and even though like hardly anybody agreed with me, the teacher was like, "Good job, man. You really nailed the shit out of that."
You brought it in. Dude, that's funny. I don't know if I was in high school. I think I had to have been in high school, like junior or senior year. I had to write a debate style article, like a 5-page paper over an article, and they were handing out topics left and right. And my teacher's like, "Okay, Sean, your controversial topic is going to be euthanasia." And I swear to you, I looked at my my neighbor sitting by me on the desk next to me, and he's like, "Euthanasia?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's the deal with the youth in Asia?"
Yeah. What's so controversial about them? They
I'm
can't
an
eat.
idiot.
What's going on?
Yeah, and then oddly enough, I did learn a lot about the killing fields in Asia, which is terrible. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. But
Whoa,
anyway, yeah. From selfish motives, it induces another person to commit suicide. Hold on a second. That's worded. Okay, sorry. Start over. From the Article 115 in the Swiss Criminal Code, it states that suicide is a crime done for selfish reasons. Whoever, from selfish motives, induces another person to commit suicide or aids him or her in it shall be confined to the penitentiary for not over 5 years or in prison, provided the suicide has either been completed or attempted. Authorities have suggested that I don't hit ads when I'm reading shit. God damn it, RR. Hold on, what the fuck? Authorities have suggested that the device should be banned and anyone using it to assist somebody else's death should face jail time. But a letter from public prosecutor Peter Stitcher obtained by Swiss newspaper Blick had noted that there could be a serious consequence for operators of the machine. There's no reliable information about the method of killing. It's completely unclear who has control over the mechanical process during the dying process. The pods are activated by a button. Fuck me, New York Post, you have too many ads. Pods are activated by a button or gesture or voice control. For those who cannot vocally communicate due to severe illness or mobility, the pod should be able to then be activated through eye movements. In order for the process to start, the individual is required to state their name, where they are, and confirm they're aware of what is about to happen before the nitrogen begins to flow. The person can also choose a transparent pod window to see outside as the nitrogen flows. The euthanasia process is filmed and the footage is handed to a coroner. That's intense, man. I know, like I said, this whole conversation is way deeper than we're going to get into. But I thought that's really interesting, man, as far as technology goes, that we're looking at a machine which is supposed to take away the ethic concern about, like, you know, who's executing the person. Is it, you know, voluntary, involuntary, whatever. But I don't know.
That's called
good for Switzerland, man.
For James Cameron's Terminator.
right. But yeah, man, small world. I've got a friend who has a friend that is terminally ill, and they're actually getting ready to potentially take a trip with their friend to Switzerland because that's their wishes. You know, they know they're not going to get any better. There's absolutely no hope, and so they're thinking, why not just go out when I'm at the top of my game versus you know, succumbing to this terminal illness. So anyway, let's get away from that somber news. This next story, Presto, again, I did not give it to you in the notes, but it's fucking awesome. Have you started watching the Olympics at all, or do you give a lick? Because I don't really care too much.
I saw that Gojira actually opened for the 2024 Olympics in Paris, which is really awesome because that is a progressive rock, heavy rock band that I saw here in Wichita with my cousin Matthew. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I paid attention to, and I was like, fuck it, I don't care.
That's funny. You just cleared it up for me because this is not the story I was going to talk about, but I saw on Facebook somebody said Gojira, and I thought they meant that somebody had done like a Godzilla opening, like Godzilla was attacking Paris, and it made absolutely no sense to me at all. But I'm glad when you pronounced it, I caught what you were throwing. The band Gojira. Yeah. Fucking awesome, dude. Well, something else really radical happened. A paraplegic athlete made history by carrying the Olympic flame using an exoskeleton. Para-athlete Kevin Piette made history by carrying the Olympic torch using an AI-enhanced exoskeleton. Now, I know AI gets a really bad rap, but there are some instances where it can actually be implemented for good. The French Paralympic tennis player had lost the use of his legs due to a motorcycle accident from back in 2012. He was able to walk upright with the help of a robotic device during the iconic torch relay. As one of the first testers, the Olympic Committee says Piette has contributed to its improvement, even taking part in the cybathlons, which are competitions in which people with disabilities use assistive technologies to carry out everyday activities. And you can look at this. It looks very similar to some of like the exoskeletons you saw in that first Iron Man movie, where like everything's supported on the back of the leg, the back of the, you know, quads, up the hamstrings, up the butt. Not up the butt, but around the glutes, up the spine.
Story took a weird turn.
It did take a weird turn. Very nice. It supports the backside. Gross. Brown smearing. It supports the glutes, let's say, and then the spine, and then the person's strapped in, and then it helps them, you know, walk. So that's really, really fucking cool, man. Yay for technology. Any hoozle. From AI doing something really great, let's shift gears here to AI being used for maybe the wrong reasons. Apparently, an evangelical group based in El Cajon, California called Catholic Answers recently released an app that featured an AI priest dubbed Father Justin, only to pull it down less than 2 days later after debuting the artificial intelligent character after receiving overwhelmingly negative reviews. That's right, folks. Can you believe it? people were offended by an AI priest, you can now get your religious guidance from a digital diocese depicted as a fully bearded dude wearing a black cassock sitting amongst chirping birds. Or at least you could. Hopefully you got it, because I think that shit got taken down like Thursday. So the apologetics and evangelicalization of Jesus Christ. The group told reporters that it will replace him on its app with a new character named Justin within a week. We won't say he's been laid off because he was never a real priest, but Catholic Answers said in a written statement that they chose the AI character to convey a quality of knowledge and authority, and also as a sign of respect that all of us at Catholic Answers hold for our clergy. Many people, however, voiced concerns about this choice. Apparently, the idea of a fake priest really pissed off a lot of people. They said, "We hear these concerns and we do not want the character to distract from the important purpose of the application, which is to provide sound answers to questions about Catholic faith and in an innovative way that makes good use in the benefits of artificial intelligence." Catholic Answers said it will continue to tweak the AI and how it works, but for now, a lot of people found Father Justin pretty damn creepy. People didn't like his voice, some people worried about replacing an actual human being with AI, and some didn't like the character just simply being a priest. So maybe talking to some dude just, in a hoodie and a ball cap named Justin might have been a better approach.
Before you go on to your next story, this is not the only time that AI and religion have come together. Actually, was it last year or maybe like 2 years ago when they were like Oculus? There was a company that was developing software for Oculus, and they had developed AI inside a Oculus program. So you would load up the device, and it would put you in like a nice little forest scene with the sun rising, and there was like this little like pond, and there was a hut, and out would walk this priest in a black cassock, and you could ask him questions, and he would start answering like whatever.
Watch your cell phone there.
Oh, it's not even near. It could just be my.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. My cell
Oh,
phone's
it's your
over there.
earbuds. Are you wearing?
Yeah.
Are you wearing your Bluetooth earbuds?
Got one on there.
Okay. Yeah.
So
it's got a lot of feedback. Sorry, man.
So so you would spawn into this world, and it would watch the sunset and the bird chirping. You could ask this priest philosophical questions and have philosophical conversations.
Sorry, man.
And it started becoming self-aware. Like, it started questioning its own existence when you would ask it questions. Like, it knew that it was in a fake world, and then it would pose, like, if you'd ask, like, what's the meaning of life in the universe, and it's like, to be honest, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm in a fake reality that I believe is real, and they were just like, bloop, and they shut it down because they're like, the priest is self-aware. So
I'm aware of my testicles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think AI is pretty rad, and there's a lot of good uses for it. But like, I don't know, using AI with religion, that seems a little unethical in my opinion. But Father Mike Palmer, a member of the Congregation of the Holy Cross, said, "I say this with nothing but respect for you guys and your work, but this should have just been a plain search engine. Dressing it up as a soulless AI avatar of a priest does absolutely nothing except cause confusion and invite mockery of your otherwise excellent work." So, I don't know. There's no such thing as bad publicity. About 1,000 people an hour were using Father Justin as an app as of Wednesday afternoon, and the traffic actually boosted the website so much that it was taking about 100 times longer than normal to download. Now, we're not saying like that's going to be a long time, like people weren't waiting hours, more or less like something that could have been downloaded in a matter of seconds was taking up to 2 minutes to download an app. So, I mean, there was a whole lot of traffic going through there, so... Anyway, blah, 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 so on and so forth. There's some arguments here about they were just trying to do something good. Other people are saying, they weren't doing something good. But all in all, Father Justin was aimed at providing answers to questions faster than was possible with a human apologist on staff. Several years ago, the organization took down a question and answer feature on its website because staff apologists were inundated with thousands of inquiries. So, I mean, I don't know. Back and forth, like I said. We're not here to make the argument. But anyway, in other religious news, the authorities at the authorities in Tajikistan plan to induce punishment in a form of compulsory labor for up to 6 months for anybody found to be involved in fortune telling, sorcery, or witchcraft.
Fuck, I
on the
guess I can't
territory
travel
of the
there.
Republic. I guess not, buddy. Not wearing your crystals, you can't.
I know.
On the territory of the Republic of Tajikistan, inspection and preventative work is continuing to prevent violations related to non-compliance with the requirements of laws of the Republic on the ordering of traditions, celebrations, and rites, on the responsibility of parents for education and upbringing of children, on freedom of conscience and religious associations, and several others. In this context, control is exercised over people practicing witchcraft, illegal religion teachings, mulo, or that might be muyo, M-U-L-L-O, distributing talismans and amulets, and a single register has been induced for such persons, as the Interior Ministry said in an official statement. That's right, folks. You could go to jail for 6 months if you go see a fortune teller or use tarot cards. Holy crap. Police stated that such violations of the law will be punishable.
Also, do not travel to Tajikistan. Not good for you, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, our buddy Scott's been doing some tarot card readings over on TikTok. Police stated that such violations of the law will be punished more severely in the future, with the Republic's Interior Ministry considering people engaged in various occult businesses as fraudsters. People earning a living by fraud, be it witchcraft, fortune-telling, distribution of talismans and amulets, illegal religious instruction, are to be punished with forced labor up to 6 months. Holy crap, man. Back in 2007, against the backdrop of rising energy prices, unemployment, and discontent, the government induced a bill banning witchcraft and fortune tellers, the visiting of whom was a popular pastime in Tajikistan. Sorry, I probably been mispronouncing that. Anyway, there's a lot of people that practice that stuff, and it sounds like they're trying to put the kibosh on it. Okay, let's move on, guys, to more spooky territory. Eyes to the skies, everybody. That's right, we're going to be going to a strip club in Florida. One that's out of this world, and I'm not talking about the dancers, everybody. Tampa's aptly named 2001 Odyssey has become a genuine roadside attraction thanks to the massive UFO, complete with colorful night lights, that sits atop its building. The club's website notes that it's been featured in several films such as The Punisher and even in the skater video game Tony Hawk's Underground. The story of the elaborate piece of rooftop flare dates back to 1969, the same year as Apollo 11, when a Finnish designer introduced the idea of interstellar 500-square-foot modular homes designed to evoke an alien craft. They came with deployable door hatches, porthole-like windows, and all. But the future concept dreamed up by Matti Saarinen didn't land well with the public. An underwhelming amount of units were sold stateside, and the businesses folded back in 1975. But still, Florida Futuro sales manager Jerry DeLong wanted to believe in the concept, so his son Bruce DeLong made it happen. Jerry was a die-hard lover of the Stanley Kubrick masterpiece, and with partners opened up a strip club in the 1970s as a tribute to Dave and Hal 9000. They took the display model of the alien craft-like home from Clearwater and painstakingly craned it onto the roof of the strip club, with the first try resulting in a wind gust slamming the ship into the building's sidewall. How do you make the insurance claim, Preston? Yeah, guys, you're not going to believe this, but the south wall got taken out by a UFO. Fuck yeah.
I wonder if they're related to the old
Jesus, man.
Tom DeLong.
I don't know. Not sure. But nowadays, the new ownership is at the helm of the Odyssey. DeLong became a Goodyear tire dealer after his partner got busted in a $1 million counterfeit cash scheme. The building continues to offer a glimpse of the future as imagined back in 1971. Anyway, you can get a look at the strip club on Google Maps, even take a peek inside. And inside this UFO clad building, you'll see a very antiquated, cramped main stage room complete with mirror ceilings, stiff metal chairs, and even some alien spacecraft decor, and a neon carpet coveted by most bowling alleys. There's also a charming neon sign for the bathroom that reads The Pisser, right next to another that says Make It Rain, that's on an ATM that converts big bills into singles.
Oh.
The Interstellar Enigma has been voted #1 full nude strip club in Tampa Bay for 19 years running. The extraterrestrial theme has also been tried closer to home back in Long Island City, and the extraterrestrial theme has also been tied closer to home. Long Island City based gentlemen's club Gallagher's 2000 at one time leaned into the concept as well, with a notorious late night commercial involving aliens seeing all sides of our solar system. When he says all sides, do you think he means like all sides?
Mm-hmm. You get to see the brown eye, if you know what I mean.
Anyway, don't worry, guys. If you were thinking that you'd have to go all the way to Florida to a strip club to have a glimpse of a UFO, you might be mistaken. You can probably go all the way down to your local Dillon's or Kroger, because in a surprising study conducted with the eyewitnesses' testimonies of 2,000 adults all the way over in the UK, it's been discovered that almost 1 in 10 UFO sightings actually takes place in a parking lot at a supermarket. That's right. Thousands of shoppers claim to have had close encounters while loading their motor vehicles with their groceries. Some spotters think the spotlights of the UK's 12,700 supermarkets are a magnet for aliens. One guy said, I had an experience 3 years ago when everything looked like it was shimmering. I don't know what it was, but it had to be something. But anyway, folks, next time you're putting your groceries into your car, take a look to the sky and see if you can find one of those UFOs before they land on top of one of those Florida strip clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Preston, on theme, buddy, what do you got for us?
Woman abducted by aliens gives birth to lizard-human hybrid, searches for alien baby daddy. That's right, in a bizarre and out-of-this-world turn of events, an Iowa woman claims to have been abducted by aliens and recently gave birth to a lizard-human hybrid. The woman, who wishes to remain anonymous, is now on a mission to track down the alien father of her unusual offspring. According to reports, the woman was allegedly taken aboard a UFO by extraterrestrial beings who conducted bizarre experiments on her. Months after her outwardly encounter, she discovered she was pregnant with a half-lizard, half-human baby, a sight that left even the most seasoned medical professionals scratching their heads in disbelief. The woman, who describes the experience as both terrifying and enlightening and maybe even a little erotic, is now determined to locate the elusive alien father of her hybrid child. I think we need to find these two lovebirds and get them on Maury. Do you know what I'm saying? I even got to look for it. She claims to have developed a telepathic connection with the extraterrestrial being during her abduction and is certain that he holds the key to understanding their unique offspring. Speculations and theories surrounding the unusual birth have sparked heated debates among experts in the field of ufology and reproductive biology. While some argue that the woman may have simply concocted the story for attention, others believe that this could be a groundbreaking case that challenges our understanding of human-alien interactions. As the search for the alien baby daddy continues, the woman remains steadfast in her quest for an answer and closure. Only time will tell whether this peculiar tale is nothing more than a figment of imagination or a genuine encounter with the beings from beyond the stars. In a world filled with mysteries and wonders, one thing is certain, folks. The truth is out there, and sometimes it comes from a lizard-human hybrid baby looking for its alien father. Stay tuned, because we might have more of this outwardly saga that unfolds, and who knows what other surprises the universe has in store for us. I
That
mean, I don't know
sounds like
about
it's
you.
straight out of the fucking National Enquirer.
See, that's what I thought. Like, dude, boom, National Enquirer. That is a classic National
Mm-hmm.
Enquirer article right there. And I think that we should deep dive and investigate a little bit further, tap into our unknown resources, our people on the streets, and who knows, this story might unfold further, and we might get more. You know,
All
where is
right.
she going
So,
next? Do they get a DNA test? Is he indeed the
mhm.
father? What will happen? The world may never know. I don't know. You know.
So you're telling me this will be an ongoing theme? Like you're going to give us updates for the next several episodes on this?
I occasionally, yeah. I don't know. You want it every episode? Or do you think every other episode? Let's dig in, see if we can. What happens?
Yeah, you know what? Let's just say this. As the story updates, from whatever source you got this from,
Yeah,
whatever back alley UFO strip club tabloid you found this in, you
yeah.
update us as you get your information.
You got it. I'm on
Okay, fair enough.
it.
Uh, moving on to cryptid news in St. John County, Florida. The Sasquatch may be a thing of legend, but if you ask anybody in St. Johns County, Beacon Lake community, the legend of Sasquatch is very much real, alive, and well. Yeah, we've heard some things about that, so I'm pretty sure. I hope I don't see the real Sasquatch, says Craig Pivnick. However, in Beacon Lake, the legend is a little bit more two-dimensional. See, there's been a cardboard cutout of the mythical creature in the woods of a development for over 4 years now, but not without extensive criticism online, and it'll become the official mascot of Lakeside Academy, a K-8 school set to open in 2024 in the fall. That's right, folks. A joke that started out as a cardboard cutout of a Bigfoot has made its way all the way to be the official mascot of a K-8 school. I think it's pretty cool, Pivnick said to Action News Jax with a smile. When we first found out about it, everybody was kind of, picks a traditional animal or, some other kind of mascot, but never ever have you heard of a Sasquatch. While some may think it's questionable, especially a name for a school mascot, Pivnick says, "What's the fuss?" And now he's embracing the beast ahead of his daughter attending the Lakeside Academy later this fall. He says, "My daughter was one of the first who noticed the cardboard cutout of Sasquatch out in the woods, and then we all saw it and thought it was pretty cool. And then we found out about, the mascot, and we thought, it's a perfect fit. Long live the Lakeside Sasquatch." Man, I think if I could go back in time and go to a grade school that had a Bigfoot as the mascot, I would do it for sure. That's pretty fucking cool.
Fucking better than the Loch Ness monster they were about to talk about. Fucking lame ass cryptid.
You don't want to be the Lakeside Loch Ness monsters?
No.
That's right, folks. We talked a little while ago about people over in Loch Ness trying to make the biggest ever record for the most people in one massive search for the Loch Ness Monster. Well, the Loch Ness Center in the Highlands has asked for space explorers, NASA, and other scientists and universities to lend their expertise in an all-new hunt for the monster. Last year, one of the biggest searches of Loch Ness concluded with a hydrophone capturing loud underwater noises and several potential sightings. The latest search will place the 90th anniversary of the first ever organized surface watch of Loch Ness, Sir Edward Mountain's expedition from May 30th back in June 2nd. Anyway, since the first expedition back in 1934, the Watchers of the Monster, there's been over 1,156 sightings of the beast on the official Loch Ness Monster sighting register. Last year, the newly revamped Loch Ness Center partners with Loch Ness Exploration, an independent and voluntary research team, together with hundreds of in-person and virtual volunteers to search for the infamous monster of Loch Ness. Volunteers were being recruited to keep
use a submersible piloted by a PlayStation controller. I think we'll be okay.
Right. Yeah, volunteers were being recruited to keep an eye on the surfaces of the water, keeping an eye out for breaks in the water, any other kind of, ripples, so on and so forth. Anyway, Nessie hunters also were out on boats with deep scan Captain Alistair Matheson, the skipper for the Loch Ness Project, as well as Mr. McKenna, using a 60-foot hydrophone to listen for mysterious sounds echoing from the depths of the loch. The Loch Ness Center, which reopened last year following a huge renovation, is located at the old Drummadrachet Hotel, the hotel where manager Miss Aldi McKay reported seeing the water beast in Loch Ness 90 years ago. With unexplained noises heard alongside possible sightings this year, we are determined to find out more about the elusive Loch Ness. With unexplained noises heard alongside possible sightings this year, we're going to find out answers about the elusive beast. And that is why they are reaching out now to NASA and any other scientist or science organization for more help on finding the elusive beast.
Wow.
All right, Preston, take us home, baby. Why don't we stop for a drink?
Yeah, there we go. A landlord
There
of a
you go.
haunted. Yeah, you got one there. You get some water, you fucking health nut.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh no, I had a double old fashioned earlier today and really tied one on and sobered up about 2 hours ago.
Tied one off, if you know what I mean. Anyways, a landlord of a haunted
rub one out
pub
on my action figures.
Yeah, has been left feeling unsettled after he watched a pint glass get pushed off a table and smashed without anyone touching it, which paranormal investigators believe is the work of a teenage ghost. Scott Dawson caught the creepy footage on his CCTV camera at the Ringo Bells pub in Kendal, Cumbria, just before 8:30 p.m. on June 29th, and claimed it isn't the first spooky incident to have taken place in the pub. The bizarre footage shows a punter ordering 2 pints at the bar, placing one on the table while he takes his dog outside. Once no one is looking, the pint glass seems to move forward to the edge on its own before startling customers as it smashes on the chair. Scott, who became landlord of the pub in December of 2021, insisted that the weird scenes aren't the only unexplained thing to have happened in the pub either, as numerous pints have moved on their own and the cellar has developed a reputation for being creepy. The 43-year-old believes that there is a good chance the establishment is haunted, and that there is even and has even had a paranormal investigator take a look at the area, who claimed that there's a ghost of a 17-year-old boy named Edward who hangs out in the cellar because he died after drowning in a well on the property. Scott, who originally from Manchester, said, "I live here, and for the first couple of weeks I could hardly sleep. It was very creepy. There's a lot of strange things going on. My view is there's definitely a good chance this place is fucked." The glass was set on tables for a good while before it was moved. There was nothing to trigger the movement, and it's as if there was a presence there. There have been other occasions in the corner where we've had pints moving on the table and tripping over. I've swapped tables around, and it seems to happen no matter what. So it's not the table itself, but it's definitely is the spot. Normally the guy's one of these people that can't explain anything away like that, but he watched the footage back and was flabbergasted. Who the fuck wrote this? He didn't believe in anything strange or paranormal, but God, he does now. The landlord also said the pub was established in 1741, has been a hotspot for mediums, paranormal investigators for years, which many of them draw to the cellar room downstairs. He added, "One of the creepiest parts of this pub is that we have a cellar. That's a big square section that looks like a room, but it's filled in. There's a space at the front and back, but this big square is filled in. It just seems really strange. The mediums that visit us reckon that there's a well in there, and they said that one of these entities who walks around the pub, a young lad called Edward, was pushed down the well. If you believe the mediums and there is a young lad called Edward here, that would make sense that a 17-year-old boy might find it quite funny to wind people up and have a bit of fun. It's creepy, but there's nothing nasty in here. I think he's just playful." And while some might be put off by the idea of drinking a pint next to a teenage ghost, Scott has said he's actually gained patrons thanks to the ghostly visits. He holds and the extra tourism he gets from visitors with a taste of the supernatural. People absolutely love it. We get loads of people coming in to try to experience something new and spooky.
That's bizarre. I wasn't trying to ignore you, but I'm hearing a weird noise in my office. Hold on a second. So my cat was chasing a fly around the house pretty much all evening. I think it has flown into a paper sack that I have a bunch of art prints in. Because while you're talking, I just kept hearing this like, and at first I thought our air conditioner was going out because it's right outside this window, and I was like, "Fuck, is that like a fan dying?" No, I think there's a fly in the sack, and it's making a weird noise, and it was all muffled because of my headset. So, I think we should start monetizing the podcast so we can make a really good excuse for tax write-offs to go all the way to the UK and do a haunted pub tour.
Hang out with old Edward.
I think that just sounds. Yeah, dude, I'd love to, man. I think it's super creepy that like there's a pub that had a well on the property and somebody drowned in it. That's quite the fucking ghost story, man. Like I get it if old Timothy tripped and fell down the stairs and hit his head after having too many pints.
Right,
like, that's one way to get a ghost. But like
this was probably enough people got murdered in the well that they decided to go ahead and wall off a section of the cellar so you can access the well anymore. And so now all those spirits are trapped. So they have nothing else to do. He's probably pissed. He never really even got good beer when he was alive, and now he's like sitting in this fucking shitty pub for the rest of the afterlife, looking at all this beer, trying to pick it up, can't drink it. So he just gets mad and does the Patrick Swayze ghost thing like the penny and flicks it and smashes shit against the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Well, that concludes this evening news. Jesus, I haven't even been drinking for the last 2 hours. That concludes this evening's news. That's it. There you go. Thank you guys for joining us. Sorry about the first 10 minutes of the fucking video not being there.
My bad.
Whoopsie daisies. Yeah, man. Oh, well, we'll hear about it in the comments and everything else. So cool. Well, if you guys are on the social medias, please check us out over on Instagram. We are at PXL Paranormal. Facebook, we are the Pixelated Paranormal Podcast. Preston, any news on the YouTubes?
I mean, we were back up to 315. Somebody got their account shut off, so we were at 314. Now we're 315. We've gained 2 extra followers on Rumble. So look, if you're watching this live stream, you like the content, you're watching us on Facebook, like, subscribe, share with all your friends. You know what? We're growing, that's for sure. But you know what? We could grow a little bit quicker with your help. So if you enjoy it, help a motherfucker out.
That's true. Yeah, new comment on episode 276, the Carl Higdon abduction. Jack Ripper 8526 says, live from the trailer park. Any hoozle. All right, cool. Well, what else you got for me, Big Daddy?
Need a beard, want a beard? If you want to grow the best damn beard possible, look, if you're trying to avoid paying child support to your human baby mama because you're a scaly reptilian, if you're confused, if you're a real priest, a fake priest, or an AI priest, if you're a 17-year-old boy that didn't get a chance to grow facial hair and you got drowned in a well and now you need something new to do in the afterlife, do yourself a favor and go over to Big Dob's Beard Balm. Use promo code PXLPARA for 20% off your order. And pick yourself up some, products like Bay Rum Fresh, Citrus Mint, Classic Sweet Tobacco, Spartan. You can put it on your ethereal beard, your alien beard, your, fake priest beard. It's going to make it look better, going to make it smell better. I love Bay Rum. I love Sweet Tobacco. Spartan makes me feel like a man. It's like pine tar musk and, something that you would use to hot glue some action figures together. But look, it smells great. It makes my beard look great. It holds everything in place. All I'm saying is use the code, get 20% off, get it all, get it at Dobbs.
Fair enough, man. In the Wichita area, stop by, see our friends over at Paranormal.cafe, Paranormal Egg Experience, the food truck, and also our dear friend Leslie and her gang over at CD Trade Post Pawnee. and Seneca. Until next time, I'm going to raise this bottle of water, unscrew the cap, and say cheers to the weird shit in the world and those of us that love to talk about it.
And stay spooky and stay on the paranormal highway.
The cast at Pixelated Paranormal would like to thank you for listening to this week's episode. Pixelated Paranormal is here to tell you tales of the fantastical, the strange, the unknown. Tales that will move you a little further down the paranormal highway. If you'd like to share your own listener story, we would love to hear it. Email us at pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. Again, that's pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. We'd really love to hear from you. Again, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.